Good morning, dear students. Let's get back to our English classes. Dear students, in my first lecture, I had introduced 2 books for English in 9th standard. And I had showed you one was Behave and second is the Moments. Now, dear students, we have already completed 4 chapters, 4 units of Behave. And today we are going to study from Moments. Moments is a supplementary reading and you are going to enjoy it because this book is full of stories. Let's see the chapter 1, The Lost Child. What is the chapter is all about? The Lost Child, the title itself gives you the idea about a child who is lost. Where is he lost and how is he lost? We are going to study in this lesson. Before that, The Lost Child is written by the author Mulkraj Anand. Now, let's pay attention to the sentences written in orange. What is this paragraph is all about? So, let's go. Pay attention. That will tell us all about what this lesson is of. Now, a child goes to a fair with his parents. He is happy and excited and wants the sweets and toys displayed there. But his parents don't buy them for him. Why then does he refuse when someone else offers them to him? So students, when you go to the fair, you know the type of atmosphere, the crowd over there, the things displayed over there, the noise, people shouting, calling out to buy the things, the atmosphere, joyful atmosphere. And so students, here the child also experiences something like that. He sees the things displayed over there. He wants to buy the toys and the sweets, but parents do not allow him to buy everything that he asks. But when someone later on offers him, he does not take from those particular people. Why? So let's study in this chapter. Now, come to the paragraph number 1. It was the festival of spring. From the wintry shades of narrow lanes and alleys emerged a gaily-clad humanity. Some walked, some rode on horses, others sat, being carried in bamboo and bullock carts. One little boy ran between his father's legs, brimming over with life and laughter. Students, I want you first and foremost to underline the words which you find difficult. For example, lanes, alleys, clad, brimming over. Okay? Now, what is it? The meaning of lanes means streets. And alleys means lanes. Now, what is that? It was the festival of spring. So student, which season is mentioned over here? Spring season. So underline that. From the wintry shades of narrow lanes and alleys emerged a gaily clad humanity. What is the meaning of gaily? Gaily is happily, joyfully, clad of humanity. That is the clad meaning over here is dressed. It's cloth of humanity. And so students, the people are happy. The season of winter is over and the spring has started. And people all are out of their house to where? To enjoy now life as the season is changed. And so they go to the fair. And what type of modes do they use? Some walked, some rode on horses, others sat, being carried in bamboo and bullock carts. So students, suppose a question is asked to you that how did people commute to the fair, or which modes did the people use to go to fair? So students, your answer should be this, that some went by, some went walking, some went by horse, riding on the horse, some sat, whereas others were carried in bamboo and bullock carts. Now, See the next line. One little boy ran between his father's legs, brimming over with life and laughter. Brimming over, students underline. Brimming over means overflowing. Overflowing with what? Overflowing with life and laughter. He was full of life. He was very enthusiastic. Enthusiastic why? Because students, you see him already in the picture. He is already in the fair with his parents. And you see so many people in the fair. This is what the atmosphere we get to see when you go for fair. Some selling balloons, you can see the rides over there, others selling sweets. And so students, the boy was very happy. Then, turn the page students and come to the next paragraph. Come, child, come, called his parents as he lagged behind, fascinated by the toys in the shops that lined the way. Now, come, child, come. Who is calling? The parents are calling him as he lagged behind. What is the meaning of lagged behind? As he stayed behind, as he remained behind. Students, see that word. It is lagged behind and it is not. Some students say lagged behind. It is not L-A-C-K-E-D. It is L-A-G-G-E-D. Lagged behind. As he stayed behind, as he remained behind. Fascinated by the toys in the shops that lined the way. So, fascinated by meaning attracted by the toys. There were so many toys which attracted. Students, when you were small also, when you were in 3rd standard, 2nd standard, 1st standard or up to 5th standard, whenever you went for the, like this type of fair or some procession and all, and when you had seen that there are toys being sold, you also wanted to buy, you also desired. Because that is what, when you are children, you like to play with the toys. And so same thing happens to this little boy. He is fascinated, he is attracted by the toys. Then, he hurried towards his parents, his feet obedient to their call, his eyes still lingering on the receding toys. As he came to where they had stopped to wait for him, he could not suppress the desire of his heart, even though he well knew the old, cold stare of refusal in their eyes. So see student, in the second paragraph, what is it? He hurried towards his parents. He went quickly wherever his parents went. Whenever they call him, his feet obedient to their call. Obedient, he would listen to whatever the parents said. Though he had the desire to buy the toys, though he wanted to enjoy the beauty of the toys, but he listened to his parents. Whenever the parents called, his eyes still lingering on the receding toys. What is the meaning of receding toys? Retreating toys. As he came to where they had stopped to wait for him, he could not suppress the desire of his heart, even though he well knew the old cold stare of refusal in their eyes. Now, students, he wanted to buy certain things, he wanted to enjoy, but he was obedient to the call of his father, his parents, and he also knew the old cold stare of refusal. That is that the parents are going to refuse this. They are not going to buy everything for me. Whatever I ask, they are going to say no to it. So he knew that very well. And still, okay, so what is that? He suppressed the desire of his heart. He could not suppress the desire of his heart, even though he knew. So, what is that? Even though he knew that parents are going to say no, but still he tries to express something that he feels. Now, I want that toy, he pleaded. What is the meaning of pleaded? Requested. He requested, he cried, he said, I want that toy. See student, he could not suppress the desire of his heart. He knew parents may give him, parents may not give, because he knew the old and cold stare, the look of refusal in his parents' eyes. So he dares, he asked them that I want that toy. His father looked at him red-eyed in his familiar tyrant's way. Now, his father looked at him red-eyed. You know, when you are angry, the look itself tells you that your daddy is right now angry and you are not supposed to approach the daddy right now. So the father is looking at him with red eyes and in his familiar tyrant way. What is the meaning of tyrant's way? Very cruel way. Dictator. A dictator's way. One man show. His mother, melted by the free spirit of the day, was tender and giving him her finger to hold, said, "Look, child, what is before you." So, you know, your mother is always very tender, very loving towards you than your daddy. You are, many times some of you are afraid of your dad than your moms. And so, what is mother doing? She was melted. She was feeling, okay? She was melted by the free spirit of the day. Was tender, very loving, and giving him her finger to hold. She was giving him her finger to hold. You know, when mother wants you to be with her, she will give you the hand or she will give you the finger. You catch hold of mother's finger and then you will walk. And then what does she say? "Look, child, what is before you?" Giving him her finger, she said, "Look, child, what is before you?" What is there in front of you? Look. Okay? And now don't look behind. Look front and walk. Otherwise, he will miss the parents. But then see the next paragraph. It was a flowering mustard field, pale like a melting gold, as it swept across miles and miles of even land. Now, see students. So, students, what does the mother mean over here? Look, child, what is before you? And it's given over here. What is before him? What was there? A flowering mustard field. A flowering mustard field. You know that mustard seed, no? Sometimes we put it in the vegetable and all. And so, student, pale like melting gold. Pale, what is the meaning of pale? Colorless. Okay? And so, melting gold as it swept across miles and miles of even land. So, what mother was telling him? Mother also was feeling for the child. She was very tender. Now, a group of dragonflies, pay attention, were bustling about on their gaudy purple wings, intercepting the flight of a lone black bee or butterfly in search of sweetness from the flowers. Students, what is the meaning of bustling over here? What is the meaning of bustling? Bustling is, students, moving or full of activity. Now, and there is also a word gaudy, G-A-U-D-Y. What is the meaning of gaudy? Very showy. Now, a group of dragonflies were bustling. They were moving, full of activity, that they were full of life, about on their gaudy purple wings. Very showy. Their wings were, the color of the wings was purple. Intercepting the flight of a lone black bee or butterfly in search of sweetness from flowers. You know the students, the bees will go from one flower to another flower. And what do they do, students? You know that they go in search of honey. The child followed them in the air with his gaze, till one of them would still its wings and rest, and he would try to catch it, but it would go fluttering, flapping up into the air. When he had almost caught it in his hands, then his mother gave a cautionary call. "Come, child, come onto the footpath. Come onto the footpath." Now, students, what is the meaning of fluttering? Flapping, moving, okay? Moving the wings. Now, the child followed them. Followed whom? The bees over there, the dragonflies, in the air with his gaze. Gaze here, the look. Till one of them would still its wings and rest. When one of the dragonflies, sat on the flower in a still motion, then what happened? Then he would try to catch it. Who is he? The little child, the little boy. But it would go fluttering, flapping. It would move. It would go flapping its wings up into the air again. When he had almost caught it in his hands, the dragonfly would fly away again in the air, and so he was not able to. And mother gives him the cautionary, instructive call, makes him aware. What does mother say? Come child, come onto the footpath. So students, the mother is calling him again. We are going to stop our class over here. Now, I am going to show you the board work where I have written the meanings. You have to write them in your fair book. I have given you 5 questions. Answer them, write them, put today's date. I see that many of you are not watching the videos, not doing the homework. Students, you only will come into the problem. You will only come into the problem because when we went to visit some of the students, their books were incomplete. We are visiting the students, We have started visiting the students. We are going to their houses. You know, to 3-4 students' house already we went. 3 to 4 students' houses we have already visited, and we saw that their books were incomplete. Soon we will be coming to your house also. Complete your books. And now I am going to show you the board work. See the board work, students, meanings and the questions. Please write in good, clean, neat handwriting in your book. Have a good day. I also will send you the image of the board. Bye. See you tomorrow.